हेलो नमस्कार सभी को नमस्ते गुड इवनिंग गुड मॉर्निंग whatever it is applicable and myself Mamta Kulkarni from Pune India with Awaji from Bangladesh and Rekha Makan from Delhi India. We are here presenting the legendary episode of this webinar because here we are talking to the legends of on passive, not a single person in on passive who regularly go from the webinars or regularly attends the meetings. They are well versed with Mr. Marty, Mr. Red, and Mr. Chris. They are not less than gurus. We have learned many things from them. Still, we are learning, and henceforth, also, we are going to learn from them. We are here to take the blessings, as we all know that exciting days are on the way. Definitely. But few questions are there, few things are there that we want to share with them. And then only we will be very calm once we talk to them. And that is the only reason we all are here on the screen in front of you. Today, this is Sunday, 9th of June. I am so glad to announce that we are delighted to have all these legends with us. And let us start our communication about, of course, only and only on passive, who is the mother of all businesses. And we know the depth and the entire huge perspective of on passive platform. I would not say the business, it's a platform. So one by one, we will be talking to all of them. But before starting, I would like to invite Rekha Makanji to have some word, and then we will start. Thank you very much. Rekha ji, over to you.
So thank you so much, Mamta ji. And here we come, the Wake Up Talk Show with the legends, the 360 boys of On Passive, the gems of On Passive. And I don't think any of the On Passive family, the entire family, are not knowing who they are. So here we come with them to wake you all up with you and me connecting together. And here we three stand together, Mamta ji, Eva ji, and myself, Rekha Makan, all the way from different part of the world. But the one thing is same, that is the connection with On Passive. As I always say, that you, me, and the world is connecting together. And here we are just the link to connect each other. From every part of the world, you are all with On Passive. And one day the entire world will be with On Passive. Thank you so much. And before we start the show with the legends, I invite Eva Diaz, my favorite lady in the On Passive family. All is the stage is all yours, Eva. Go ahead.
Thank you, Rekha, and thank you, Mamta, for calling me in. And I'm not only excited, I'm more than excited. I just want to dance on the rooftops wherever, because I've got, my wish is totally fulfilled today. And thanks to Chris, that is. Hello?
We can hear you, Ava.
Okay. Because y'all all went frozen. Okay. So it's just that, because Chris has not only fulfilled it as usual, he's a dream fulfiller, I would say, always. And so Red was in contact with him, and he invited over Red too. And of course, no one needs to know, Marty is here as well. Everybody does know his name, but I think we can leave that for now. So I'm going to hand it to the three legends of On Passive. Please give us your journey. You all three of you are asking everybody, what is your journey, what you're doing, what it is. Now, please wake up everybody with your journey. Thank you so much, and back to you, Mamta.
Wow, great starting. Welcoming again in the Wake Up Talk Show by Mamta Kulkarni, Rekha Makhan, and Avarias. Of course, intelligent boys are in the room, legends are in the room, and journey is known to all. Our journey is also known to all. Few questions, few things. Initially, I would like to have that nowadays, whenever we talk to the people about this concept of on passive, of course, we have learnt a lot. We are studying, research is going on. But still, whenever we talk to the people, I will not say that they are wrong. But the concept which long back Mr. Ash has said in his Only Founders webinar, then if you are buying one fruit from any mall, once you're going to have a fruit, you will be getting entire grocery, you'll be getting the refrigerator, you'll be getting AC, so many things. As even if you have gone over there just to buy one fruit, the payment would be for one fruit, but you will be getting so many things along with it. And that was the inner core concept of on passive, which I thought and I kept in my mind, that this journey, or it would be historic journey, of course, and this concept is a never before concept. Would you like to talk on this concept? So one by one we will be going. Initially I would like to invite Mr. Red about it. Thank you very much. Over to you, Red.
Hey, how you doing? Good to be here, and thank you for the invite. Spontaneous, love it. It's what I like to do if I'm available. Obviously, I come, and especially when I've got my two friends, Marty and Chris, said, "Come on, Red." I said, "Yeah, sure. Not doing anything else, so why not?" Always good to spend time with true, heartfelt on Passivians around the globe. So. On passive, as far as being able to enter and have your pick, it is a virtual shop at the end of the day, and how you fill your shop is entirely up to you. We know at the moment that there is several free products within your shop that you can have, but there's also one product which is our virtual conferencing, video conferencing set solution called OConnect that is there. But in time, there's going to be other products, other services that we can have, and we will be able to have them in our virtual shop for people to purchase. One of the reasons I love On Passive is the simplicity of what is behind it. You don't have to necessarily understand how On Passive works behind the scenes, but it's very easy to understand the economics and how it works. And for the majority of people, that really is all they need to know. Very much like your mobile phone, you don't necessarily have to understand how it works behind the scenes. You just know it does and you use it. On Passive is very similar, that you don't have to know how and why it works behind the scenes, but you know how to work it. And this is going to be your business. You fill your virtual shop with the products and services that you have purchased, and you resell them for a commissionable amount of money. It makes, for me, very easy sense to understand. And for the majority of people out there, they understand that logic as well. So why is On Passive different from any other virtual shop you see? Why is it different from being affiliate with any other products that are out there on the internet? For number one, we have a thing called an ecosystem. It is a single sign-on virtual space where somebody can come into it, they can look around, and if they choose to buy whatever it is within that area, then you will get a commission as long as you have previously bought that product, and that is part of the affiliate program, that you would have to own the product first to be able to resell it. Also, the affiliate program that is within the OnPassive ecosystem also means that people can come in, not just be a user of the products and services, but also be a person that can make money with OnPassive as well. And within that, it has one of the best commission rates that you will see anywhere on the internet. But there's so much more to OnPassive than the simplicity of that. Why? Because OnPassive are going to do all of the heavy lifting for you that you cannot do. Other platforms and affiliate programs that are out there right now, they allow you to sell their products, but what they're not going to do is help you do it. OnPassive literally are going to do everything they possibly can to help you sell your products. They're going to give you a domain name. They're going to build you a designated website that changes on a very regular basis. They're going to fill your virtual shop with all the products of services that you have either bought or are free. And every time that somebody clicks on any of your products and goes on to buy it, you get a commission. On top of that, they're also going to market you, not the company, but you, to individuals, so that you get a much better chance of making your sales. Obviously, you can do your part as well. You can invite people to have a look. You can do your own advertising or whatever you want to do. But the beauty about what OnPassive is, they're not only going to do all of that for you, it's what they do afterwards that's going to be the big difference. What do I mean by that? Part of the the headache, I suppose, of online business is all the follow-ups, is the admin side of your online business, having to respond to emails, having to respond to any questions, having to respond to any problems, all of these sort of things. Because at the end of the day, you are selling virtual products and services, and people might have questions, they might have problems, they might have all sorts of things. What OnPassive does is that they take over all of that part. So we have a designated support system within OnPassive. And if people have a problem with any of the OnPassive products and services, regardless of who they have bought it from, they go to the designated areas. On top of that, OnPassive are going to do all of the follow-ups. They're going to send offers out to all of your client base that you might have within your organization, giving offers, giving future products and services that they think might be something that they want. So really, everything within OnPassive has been taken care of. And you're probably thinking, well, what do I do? You can do as much as you want. It is unlimited with OnPassive for the ability to take this as far as you want. They're not going to turn around and say, whoa, hang on a minute, you've earned too much money. In fact, they want you to do the best that you possibly can. Yes, they're going to help you. Yes, they're going to give you all of the products and services for you to use. Yes, they are going to help in any way they possibly can. But one thing they're never going to do is to say, you've hit your limit. You can't do any more. That's as far as you can go. They are going to continually make sure that you can drive home, drive forward your sales for your business. This is what I love about this company, is that it is open to absolutely anybody across the globe. There is no qualifications. If you know how to switch a computer on, whether that be a mobile phone or whether it be a PC, you can join this business. I started OnPassive with just one of these. That's how I started, on my mobile phone. Marty and, well, Chris probably didn't, but Marty certainly knows, for at least 2.5, 3 years, I did everything on my mobile phone. Anybody can do this. And that's what I love about it. And I love the fact that there is so many people who have taken the vision of what OnPassive is about, and they have said, yes, this is the one for me. And what are you getting in return? You're getting the whole support network, you're getting OnPassive's products and services, all the rest of it, all boxed into one very nice ecosystem that anybody can access. I'll leave it for that now and hand it back to you.
Thank you so much, Red. And I'm going to hand it back again to Mamta. So please go ahead.
Thank you, Ava. And Red, it was wonderful explanation. You started with services and products, and then gradually with start, and then you have explained about OES and how it is going to work, or how the people should think about OnPassive platform. It was a wonderful explanation from your end. I think so. When I was listening, you had explained the heart, brain, and the soul of OnPassive. Thank you very much for that. And over to Marty for the same question.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you very much for inviting me here. Abba told me I must come, and I listened to Abba because I'm afraid of her. I'm joking. But OnPassive for me, look, I've done marketing for 20 years, maybe, 20 years. I didn't like 90% of it because 90% of marketing is people are taken advantage of. Maybe 1-2% succeed. Everybody else is used as a ladder to get to the top. With OnPassive, everyone wins. That meant a lot to me. That when I got in, I saw that anybody can do this. It was set up by a gentleman with a big heart, and he even put the price at as low as he could so everybody could afford it. And that's powerful. The power of this company is the people. I believe the products will be the best in the world. We don't need, I don't even worry about that. After seeing OConnect that we have now, and knowing that that is the minimum of what we're going to have quality-wise, I no longer am worried about quality. What I love about the company is, example, Abba, Malta, and Reka, you very powerful, smart women. I would have never met you if it wasn't for OnPassive. OnPassive has drained the ocean, knocked walls down. OnPassive doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care what religion you are. It doesn't care what language you speak. And it brought a lot of us together. If governments were in OnPassive, there wouldn't be any wars. It's a powerful place to be. And we've learned everybody's culture. We don't understand everything. But I have gone in webinars of founders. I do not understand the language, but I know they're from OnPassive because you can tell the way people feel, the way they come across. It's a powerful thing. You know, a lot of times to our family, we're crazy. You're in that company, you're crazy, you're this. But look at all the crazy people around the world that we all decided that this is a beautiful place to be. Sometimes logic doesn't always make sense, believe it or not. OnPassive, I think people were drawn in through the heart. I have friends, I have many people that are big marketers, big marketers, but they only have eyesight here. And if they don't get paid today, they don't want it. They're starting to question that now. They see how big OnPassive is getting. They're starting to see. And I looked at it as a longer journey. I didn't like what I was doing before. I liked marketing, but I didn't like how people were treated. And OnPassive has given an even playing field for everyone. Women, children, like I said, religion doesn't matter. And that's pretty powerful. The power of this company is the people. It's not It's not the equipment. It's not, and Ash knows that. He knew that when, if he could build a culture that could wrap around the earth, nobody will touch us. Prime example, there was some issues in the United States with the government, and the SEC made some complaints and blah, blah, blah. Any other country, any other company that would have happened to, they would have folded. OnPassive did not move, did not even budge. You know why? Because we're connected here. It's just not a signature, it's here. And that happens to everybody in the world, everyone. I don't like the idea of levels, general, sergeant, major, no. We're all one. There's only one leader in this company, and that is Ash Mufareh. We are all guides. You might be higher up the mountain, so you help the person below you, and you lift them above yourself. Too many people are building themselves. I think it's time to focus on other people. And if we do that, if everybody helps and shines the light on others, the company will become even stronger. Because we're going to get hit with waves and bad things and all that. The most powerful thing for Mr. Mufareh, and this is my opinion, and I've talked to him many times, is being able to look back and know that there's 1 million people pushing him forward. Like we are the wind beneath his wings. And, you know, I said this on a webinar last night, and I'm in so many webinars, I can't remember which one it was. Doesn't matter. But I had said, you know, we're all one drop of water. One drop of water can do very little. Many drops of water have carved out the Grand Canyon in the United States. That's how powerful all of us can be. And that's why if someone is pretending to be here and you think you're here, you're in the wrong webinar. We should be equal. I don't care where you're from. Ash doesn't do that. When he comes on a webinar, he treats you, he is a servant to us. That's the most powerful person to me. I know you might want to hear about products and all that. I think the products are already done. They're perfect. I think they're going to sell themselves. If anybody came from Zoom right now and went into OConnect, they will stop Zoom and they will invite all their friends. That's going to happen by the millions. That's going to happen with every product that we own. What we need to do is hold hands. I have family around the world. That's priceless. Listen, if Apple shut down tomorrow, all we would want to know is where can we get a phone? We don't have any vested interest here with Apple. OnPassive's different. OnPassive is us. And that means a lot to me. It's a family, and I've been in many businesses where myself, Mike Ellis, and Dan Street, we've had teams of 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 4,000, and where are they now? Nowhere. Because the system wasn't set up with heart to share everything. Ash shares everything. All of us potentially have a multi-million-dollar business that we own. It was marketed for us. It was branded for us. And what did we have to do in return? Be nice to one another, be faithful to Ash, trust him, trust the journey. And people say, oh, it's not happening fast enough. If this is as big as we think it is, if it happened any faster, then it couldn't be that big. You know, if gold was laying on the street, it wouldn't have any value. If diamonds were hanging from trees, they'd be worth nothing. You have to work at it. It's a lot of pressure. There's a lot going on. Gold is formed by pressure and time. And if you want gold, you have to work for it. And OnPassive is gold. The difference is Ash is working for it. We are here as just servants to help one another. And I see that happening everywhere. We started inviting people on Saturdays to shine the light on others. Because, like, you know, it's a fact. If you shine the light on others, the reflection is very bright. Trust me. So you get enough light. Just focus on others. And myself, Mike, and Red and Chris, that's what we like to do, is point out others. Everyone knows who I am. I don't need to get any higher. It's enough. But if we do that for everyone, then I believe it's stronger for the family. And we are a family. We're a movement. We're an ideology. That's why you can't change it. You can knock a building down. You can do this, do that, but you can't get rid of Unpassive. So anyway, that's all I have. I've been here 5.5 years, and I'm not going anywhere. And I'm here for the rest of my life. And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Marty. Thanks a lot. It was a wonderful, rather spellbound sharing from you. And of course, you have started with "We are in it to win it." Because as you told, 90% people, they do not win. But our journey started with the slogan, "We are in it to win it." We are so in it to win it. It's really a global organization, as we had never thought that Mr. Marty and Mr. Red and Mr. Chris, rather Abaji and Rekhaji, would be the family members. But today we are counting each and everyone as the family in On Passive. That's the main earning. As far as my case is concerned, I feel that this is the main earning from On Passive before we get something profits from the company. And of course, Marty talked about the equality. Rather, every time, even I think any institution stands uh, right from the fourth grade employee till the director, but all are doing their work equally. So the institution is standing and succeeding somewhere in the market because of everyone's contribution. And we have to definitely, as we have to appreciate each and everyone. But On Passive is the name where we can see the change in the system. Thank you, Marty. Thanks a lot. And I would be going to Mr. Chris. Please, I invite you, please, on this topic, your golden words, please.
Hey, 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 hey. Yep, they saved the last for best or best for last, something like that. Number one, ladies, thank you very much for having us. I love all my beautiful sisters. You definitely all bring a different flavor or ingredient to this amazing company. To come along with my brother in red is a plus for me. I'm not sure who these legends are, but I want to meet them. I haven't met them yet, but listen, I'm gonna be brief. What Red said and Marty said touched on a lot of things. Almost 4 years ago, my buddy Peter Scher called me and introduced me to Unpassive. In my life's journey, man, I had to open a whole bunch of doors to get one thing done. And this was my life. One door, I got to do this. I got to go to that one to get this one. And then I realized when Peter Scher sent me the door of Unpassive, I opened it up and I don't have to go through a bunch of doors anymore. This ecosystem is amazing. I walked in and there it was. I've got products. I've got people. I've got time. I've got freedom. Everything. I'm screaming because we have everything in Unpassive. It's not going to change. It's only going to get better. Unlimited, 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 unlimited time and freedom. And I'm blowing Marty's ears out because I love it. I love to do that. I want you all to wake up. I want you guys to smell this message, hear this message, taste this message. Unpassive is not going anywhere. We have a massive leader called Ash Mufareh who never stops. He never stops. When I walked into that ecosystem and I'm looking at all this, there was a door way, way in the back. And you know what it said? It's coming. There's more coming. And then I opened that door and there was another door. Still keep going. Don't stop. The next thing I know that those doors were going up and they were going up and they wouldn't stop going up. And that's where Ash wants to put us. And I'm going to say it again. Someday when I get to the top, and I'm not there yet, I want to look down at all the people who I can help, because that's what Unpassive is all about. There's millions and millions and millions of people that are going through tough times right now. They have no way to fix it. Unpassive's here. I'm letting the whole world know through this and anytime I talk that Unpassive has solutions for every problem. Ash Bafar designed it this way. This is not a me, myself, and I company. This is a we company. We do it all together. I have a saying, we fly or we die. We all fly together, all right? But I'm going to tell you something. Erase the last part. We are not going to die. We are going to float to the top. We are going to enjoy wealth, success, and we get to take anyone we want or that wants to come with us. That's how Ash Bafar designed it. No more of the MLM wording and we're going to do this. And I don't have any products in my garage from Unpassive right now. I don't have nothing stacked in my living room that says, oh, here, you got to do this, you got to do that. Digitally done, all right there. Like Red said, all the work is done for you, and it's unstoppable. I'm here to tell you, please, please, when you wake up in the morning, say this. This is what I say. First of all, I say, God, thank you for my life. Thank you, God, for my family. Thank you, God, for bringing me into a new family with a lot more brothers and sisters from all over the world, and I'm so fired up about that. For me, the journey is meeting every single person from every country, and we're literally trying to do that right now through these three ladies. Bangladesh, India, wake up. We're coming. It's not going to stop. So remember this. Yeah, I'm loud and I'm crazy, and I got the most greatest compliment in the world from Amada today. And it was funny, but it was true. I'm that bad kid in the class, she said, and I thought it was hilarious. I take it as a compliment. Yep, I'm a silly, goofy guy, but I'm excited about something that's changed my life almost 4 years ago. It's created in me a bigger heart to say, listen, you got a pretty good life. You got a little ups and downs, but there's people out there that's got nothing but downs. They have nowhere to go. Unpassive is the place to be. We welcome anyone, no matter who you are, where you are. If you're big, short, tall, we don't care what color, we don't care religion. All is welcome in Unpassive because we want to change your life and we want you to go out and change other people's life. That's all I got. Stay fired up. Back to you, Ava or Mamada.
Wow. Great. This is just like Mr. Chris Johnson, and this is the unlimited energy by him for what he is known to all. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris. I'm so happy that I'm announcing this, that Wake Up Talk Show is very happy to have these 360 boys over here in Wake Up Talk Show. Now I hand over to Rekha ji for the next show.
Wow, this was mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing. The three of you, the gems of Unpassive, and the talk, the Wake Up Talk today. Thank you so much. This was a dream come true for all the three of us, Ava ji, Mamta ji, and myself. This is actually a dream that came true today with the three of you, because 360 plus the Wake Up Talk Show. I'm sure those who are listening to us would definitely wake up. If not, it's time to wake up, because the world is connecting. We are connecting, and the connection is for lifetime. Not like today we joined, tomorrow we do not have any, we do not have any news about the company that we have previously worked for. In COVID situation, we all know how many people had lost job, where the big giant companies said that they are bankrupt, right? They took off the jobs of thousands and millions of people across the world. Unpassive is definitely going to change that corruption to the connection with Unpassive. Get connected to Unpassive, and here we all will build the biggest family in Earth, on this universe. And moving on to the next phase, I know the three of you have started the 360, and from the day the 360 started, it was a kind of updates, where we all used to join, and we've always have been excited that Ash would be coming in 360, and every week we used to follow the 360 for any updates, for any live sessions, and from that 360, the other day we used to do the updates of 360, right? That became, I mean, this is not just the show. The 360 is not just the show. It is the backbone of On Passive. And it is for sure be in the history of On Passive, the 360, and how the three of you started this show. Thank you so much for being with us today. I just wanted to ask a quick question to three of you. Why and how this idea of 360 came into your mind?
Go ahead, Chris.
Wait a minute. Listen to me. You know what? I'm a time guy. And we had lives, 3 lives every day that we do. We had, it was either Marty or Red first, and then I always followed. And I said to him one day, man, I'd like to see us all come together. Because a lot of people are saying, Chris, I had to go back to work. I missed it. I watched the recording. So we came up with Wednesday. And if you remember, it was a real funny name, 2.5 Men. And
2.5 Men.
And it was a lot of fun. And Ash stepped up to the plate and said, listen, let's be a little bit more professional. Let's try to come up with a better name. And in the past, we were talking about 360, and I jumped out and said, what about On Passive 360? That stuck. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Red and Marty are now every Wednesday, Thursday at some time, because Ash hasn't figured out what time we go on. But it's fun, and I enjoy working with these two guys because they're just amazing to me. Go ahead. Anyone else can add to that. I'm sorry.
You did a perfect job. That's about
Yeah.
how it happened. Yeah, it was exactly what happened. So, yeah. Not too much.
Crazy. It's a crazy, crazy world, and I'm having so much fun in it. That's all I can say.
Well, what we were trying to do is Ash couldn't necessarily come on every week because he's very busy. So we tried to set up, this kind of a funny part of it, set up the best time for him if he could come on. So we started doing 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And we thought that was pretty good. We're trying to get, I mean, let's face it, India and Bangladesh have the biggest group of people. So we wanted to go earlier or late, and we're trying to figure out how to get the most people. But we also wanted a good time for Ash because he works around the clock. I don't know what he's doing, right? He always works. So we started off with 2. Then I think we were at noon. And then one day he said, well, maybe the best time would be 6 a.m. So we went to 6 a.m. And of course, he made a joke and said, who come up with this time? I was like, well, you. Yeah. And then we went from 6 o'clock, and I can't do 8 o'clock because my grandkids are going to school. So now we're at noon because noon Eastern is the best for all around the world. It's not perfect for everybody, but it's halfway decent. So that's why we do that. But it's also a roundup of, you know, when I do my lives and Chris does it, Red does it, we talk every day before lives, every day. But I might be in one meeting or another meeting, and Chris and what I want to do when I'm doing a live is talk about what people have said to me and try to put it in a meeting where either be able to answer that, or because you get the flow of people. What are they concerned with? What are they talking about? And then try to break that down in the meeting. Some days, a lot of times it's for inspiring. Because when a journey like this is going, we know we're in this journey. We don't really know where the end of the journey is. So it's always good to help people along, because humans, we have memories and things fade sometimes. So you keep pushing, and then you get people inspired to think bigger. You know, when we're children, everything's possible. When we get older, we start to think nothing's possible. So On Passive made everything possible again. So we work together and inspire people to believe that, because I don't think anybody knows exactly what we really have. But if you know 5%, that's overwhelming enough. So, but that's my opinion of 360 and the daily webinars that we have. So.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing this part of 360. And honestly, that has always been the great journey and momentum. It has created a momentum in On Passive. Next, Eva G. The stage is all yours.
No. How can I take on the stage when I've got such beautiful people here? I'm going to ask a question to Red. I don't know when I'm going to get the next chance, so this is my chance now to take it.
Yeah, go for it.
Red, how did you come up with the idea of updates?
I suppose updates is ever since I did the Q&A back in July of 19, I think it was.
Red, start with the Q&A so you can give them the story.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, so July of 2019, this is Marty's, when Marty got into On Passive through Peter Rogers and myself in the February, March of 19. And obviously we knew Marty, Mike and Dan from previous bits and pieces and all the rest of it. You know, we knew each other prior. And when he got involved, he really did see what On Passive was all about. And you've heard him talk so many times about why On Passive has inspired him, because he felt this is a company that I've got confidence in. I know that everybody can win in it. It's not a me and them scenario. This is a us and we scenario. So he got in, he really got what On Passive was all around. But one thing he set his mind to when he joined was, I want to meet the owner, right? And he was like that in other things as well that we did together. He was always wanted to meet the guy in charge. You know, I think it's quite a natural sort of thing. But in Marty's case, he went all out to make sure that he met Ash Mufareh. Now, over the next sort of 3 or 4 months from February when he got in, obviously he set up On Passive Nation and started building On Passive Nation with the help of Mike Ellis, these amazing videos, which really are, for me, is probably the reason that at least 50% of the early founders actually joined On Passive, was because of the videos of Mike Ellis. And they started getting noticed. But the funny part about it is they started getting noticed by other people in On Passive. And, you know, the rumors started, the murmuring started, and the numbers in On Passive Nation started going up through the roof. And it was soon almost more important to be part of On Passive Nation than it was to go to the corporate webinars back in those days. And then lo and behold, about 3-4 months after he joined, so in the May-June time, guess what? He had a phone call from Ash Mufareh, and they started chatting, and then they started becoming friends and corresponding a lot more. And Ash asked Marty about the corporate webinars, and he said, do you go to them and all the rest of it? And to be honest, Marty was pretty blunt, and he gave Ash Mufareh his opinion of them. And that really was the start of July of 2019, when Ash Mufareh said to Marty, I want you to do what you do in On Passive Nation for On Passive. And Marty said, well, what do you mean? He said, you know, that wanted to be part of a team, wanted to be part of a family, the unit of where people want to be part of. I want that for On Passive. And so I can remember Marty got a few of us together. He got me, He got Susie McRae. He got Mike Ellis. And who else was it, Marty, at the time? Me, you, Susie, Mike. Was it just the four of us, or was there one more?
What's called was on there for a little while. I didn't mean you to go that far back. I wanted you to say how Q&A started.
Yeah, we had the meeting, and once, so we need to come up with
hilarious.
we need to come up with a bit of a plan. So we had this meeting. And he said, "Well, what?" We said, "Well, what are we going to do?" He said, "Ash said, do what you do," and we were like, and we were going live, by the way, for corporate webinar in 10 minutes. So it wasn't like we had a plan or anything like that. It literally was in 10 minutes time. And I said, because I'd always done a lot in the chat area on corporates to try and answer people's questions when they were in the chat area, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll take over the Q&A area. So I took Q&A. Susie said, well, I can be the anchor man. So he did the anchor man. And Mike Ellis says, well, I'll do the talk about on passive. And then Marty said, well, I'll just do my thing. And that's really how it happened. So I started doing the Q&A. And as you know, my typing speed got better and better throughout the whole time of the next sort of 2.5 years or 2 years of doing Mr. Q&A. And obviously, On Passive has evolved as much as we've all evolved. And part of the evolvement of On Passive was we were getting less and less corporate webinars. And obviously, during this time, Marty, myself, Chris started doing our lives and all the rest of it. But one thing that I would have always prided myself on is noticing stuff on passive, you know, whatever it may be, whatever website it is, and obviously all the arms now that are going off of On Passive. And I used to get so many emails, messages and texts of people asking me about certain things. So obviously I gave them the information, and I knew that this was still a very important part of what people were wanting, was to have information. And this is why I started doing my recaps on a weekly basis so that people can get up to date. I sort of fell into the update guy, and that's how I've been, is because I love it. I absolutely love sticking my nose in, trying to find out as much detail as possible, because not only does it help you guys, but more importantly, it helps me in my business. I mean, I know that you guys, a lot of people think that we're actually employed by On Passive and we're working for On Passive, but we're not at all. We are just, you know, affiliates of On Passive, but we are a lot more prominent, I suppose. But part of that prominence is that I want to give as much information as possible that I've seen that I can give over to you guys to help you in your business. And that's what I've continued to do. And that's now why people know me as the guy that does the updates. And I'm very happy to have that lane because it keeps me on my toes. It keeps me continually looking and moving forward, and that is exactly why I've gone down that route. Anyway, back to you.
Can I add something?
Sure.
The great thing about Red is when we would do the big webinars, like the Burj Khalifa, the first one, and they're in Boston, and behind the scenes, we don't know what's going on. Like, we don't know the time frame. We know nothing. So what Red would do the day before this big event, we never got a lot of warning. It could happen in hours. So he would go out and research whatever he knew, whatever he could find. And we had a funny thing. We would say, what time are we going? Well, it's starting at noon, but what time is the event? But we don't know. So we can't just sit there, so we have to talk about something. Well, I would write Red and say, I need you to tap dance, right? We got to tap dance. So he would come out with a lot of information and keep feeding information. And I'm watch him going, oh, he's still going. And in the background, I had, in that instance, they were calling me trying to get the live set up between YouTube on passive, corporate, and into this restream into all the, and it wasn't working. So I'm in a panic, and so I don't want anybody to see like, oh my God, we're having problems. And I just kept telling Red, keep dancing. But it worked out because if you watch it, it doesn't look as bad as it was really. Inside, it was crazy. And the same thing with Chris. I'll say this real quick, but when I met Chris, he was in a webinar and he's doing this. And you ever notice Chris rolls around? I don't know what he does that for, but you can see him, right? So I'm looking at him because I always look at people and I said, this guy's got something to say. I never heard him before, never talked to him, didn't even know who he was. I said, hey, Mr. Johnson, you got something to say? Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. So that's the first time. So I went, oh my God. And when I let that loose, he never shut up since. 3 years later, he's still going. But I'll tell you one thing about Chris. I had webinars in Papua New Guinea because I have a team in Papua New Guinea, David Bukawi. And I invited Chris. Well, Chris has got a big heart. He's got a big mouth, but he's got a big heart too, okay? So we go there and he hears the story and he's crying like a baby. Nothing wrong with that. A true man can cry. So I look at him and I go, oh no. So he goes, I want to buy a position. So he bought 5 positions for people that couldn't afford it in Papua New Guinea. Okay? That's why you hear him called Mr. Obless. But that night, Ash Mufara was there and saw Chris for the first time. See how things work together, you never know. And he fell in love with him since then. And then we did the Leadership Council. And one day he called me and says, I got good news for you. Me and Red were already on the leadership, but he goes, I got good news. I go, what? I asked Chris to be on the Leadership Council. And I said, okay, what's the good news? I'm just kidding. So he joined and us 3 been together ever since. I kind of wanted to link everything together so you know. So that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Marty, and thank you, Red. You know, if it wasn't actually for the 3 of you, and I would say this because normally the timings are very bad for us on this side. So your the updates, especially on corporate webinars, really helped. And Marty comes on live and he gives everything. So the live I could catch on because it's in the evenings, but the updates I can catch on anytime. So it's really, really appreciative from all 3 of you. And as far as Chris goes, I would say he doesn't have a big mouth, Marty. Sorry, this time I don't agree with Teddy Bear. I would say that he has a big heart and he wears it on his sleeve. He's got a very soft heart. I watched it. I mean, from the time I've been watching, Chris, you can
Sure, Chris, go ahead. Watch this. Oh, you lost your power.
It doesn't work anymore. Let me try something.
No,
it ain't working. They took it from me. They took it from me.
took it away. No,
They took it
so
from me.
I would go on to say that he's actually a person who doesn't have any, he's not complicated at all.
No.
No matter who says what, he just smiles it off, laughs it off. In a day, I think 150 times you're calling him dumbass. But he's okay with it. He laughs. He laughs about it. And that is that sort of a person to find.
It really is. Yeah, and I really appreciate that.
He is the actual diamond, Marty. You have
I know.
found a real diamond. I
know.
mean, others you find fine, but if
Hey,
you
I want to
really
make that.
want
I want to say this out in the open. I love Chris Johnson, even though he's a dumbass. No, but no, he knows I'm kidding. He's like a brother to me.
he knows
really.
it. He knows it, and he knows that we all
He
love
knows
him.
it.
So don't be shy now. He's blushing.
No, I mean, listen, Ash Mafara said it many times, is everyone's going to know your names. If I got to go, it doesn't matter what you call me. I love it. It's a banter that we have between the three of us. We like having fun with each other. Listen, if you can't have fun, it's not worth doing. If Marty doesn't call me dumbass or Red don't call me an idiot, then we're not doing our job right, because we want to bring
no. Let's get something straight. He calls me names too. Trust me. He gets on me all the time. He's not that innocent. He goes after Red and Red's wife, right, Red?
Jane.
Well, she's going to get you one day for it.
Yeah, she'll get me. I know.
I know.
When I travel, I got to put like a big pad back here because I'm going to get a lot of smacks in the back of the head, I think.
Anyway, I would like to say thank you, Red, Marty, and Chris, for agreeing to come up and being with us and spending time with us. It's not because of anything, but as a family, like chatting and waking up people and saying that, yes, this is the Wake Up Talk show. If you cannot wake up with this, people, then I think they need dynamites fitted onto them.
Yeah.
They really do need dynamites. So that's what I would say. And having y'all tell them day in and day out, and still they don't get it, then they are really something. And like Marty says, don't go after family. You do what you have to. There was once upon a time I didn't even know how to speak. Marty knows it. Chris knows it as well. But I think it's just seen me today. I didn't know how to speak. Today, thanks to Marty and Chris, I'm able to come out and talk to people and be myself. And that is why these two lovely with them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been with Rekha and Mamata. I have, our global family. And thank you, all of you, being with us. So before I get this, I'm going to Rekha and
Thank you so much, Shavaji. And this was one of the most beautiful sessions we had. If anybody has to give example of the true leadership, true friendship, the 360, come and watch. And these three boys, they are the boys. These three boys hold more than 1,000 volts in them. If you cannot wake listening to them, then I don't know there is any medicine made to wake anybody up. Thank you so much. And I would like Mamta ji to take over and say some words. Thank you.
Wow. Thanks, Ava, and thanks, Rekha ji. Oh, I don't have the words to thank to these legends. We were talking about on-passive. Rather, we are talking about on-passive since years. We have lot many things to speak, and the moment we close the session, we realized that there were so many things to explain, there were so many things to touch. This is on-passive's limitlessness. Brothers and sisters, please see to it. These legends are over here. 360 boys are in Wake Up Talk Show. I take a pride to announce it. These are the celebrities. People knew about two things. One is Hollywood and one is Bollywood. Once the on passive would be unfolded, the people will come to know the celebrities of on passive. And I claim Chris, Marty, and Red have already acquired first three places. No doubt about it. These are the celebrities, and I also would like to claim it that these legends have the greatness. The greatness is lying in their simplicity, and that is the reason they are with us. We are nobody in front of them. They are really the legends, but we are thankful to them. And honestly, I don't have the word in entire dictionary to thank you from my bottom of my heart. Brothers and sisters, this platform is related to limitlessness. Wake up. This is a permanent solution. Please wake up. Somebody on the face of the earth is doing for you. He is doing something for you to show you the winning game. Wake up. And the topmost priority is Mr. Ash is going to change the system. Many a times I have said it that we are right now, whenever we come on webinars, the flags are there proudly, they are displayed in front of our name. We are very proud to see that. But Mr. Ash has already merged all the boundaries without playing a single political game. Everyone will admit it that Mr. Ash is doing for each and every one on the face of the earth. We all are very happy to listen that the surgery went very well and he is home back. We are praying for his good health. Of course, he is working for us. He has never seen us. We never met him. But still, he is doing for us. A gratitude is overflooded. The words are less. The minds are full. The brains are blocked. How the system is going to show the face and how the system will give us this winning game is a big question mark. But still, the faith, trust, and belief is at the top priority. Not a single one in on passive is surviving their life without thinking this winning game. Nobody has got a single penny, not a single apple, but the trust and belief is having in such a high level that even if somebody speaks something about on passive, we get hurt. And this is the true love. This is the limitlessness of on passive. I don't know how Mr. Ash has given us the same vision to all of them without talking to single one. He has given this vision and all 210 plus countries are moving in one direction. Hats off to him. I always say I'm so proud to see Mr. Ash as the head of the family. I don't have the words to speak again about these three legends. I will again thank to three of them and kindly on the behalf of all three, this trio, Awaji, myself and Rekhaji, I would like to request to three of you, these 360 boys, that do not disconnect us any day. Do not even think about it. Thank you very much. We are so in it together.
Thank you. And we can say bye to
Yes,
everyone.
we are so in it too. Yes, we are so in it to win it. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye
very
bye.
much.
And
Thank you
we
so
are
much.
so in it to win it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.